Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the introduction of our third exercise 7.3, that is based on permutations. Right? So what is permutation? What is the definition of permutation? A permutation is an arrangement. I already told you this is an arrangement. Is an arrangement in definite order of a number of objects taken some or all at a time. Okay. We describe this definition with the help of example. Suppose I am taking the word rose, right? And I am saying find the 4-letter words with or without meaning by using all the letters, right, of this word rose. Here the repetition not allowed. Okay. Then we have to frame the 4-letter words, 4-letter, with or without meaning, where the repetition not allowed. So we know that the first place can be filled by, because there are 4 letters, right? And the first place can be filled by 4 ways. The second place can repetition not allowed, because if once we fill the first place, that letter we can't write in the next 3 places. So it means for the next 3 places we have 3 choices. So the next place can be filled by 3 ways, then 2 ways, then 1 ways. It means what? That is equals to 24. Here permutation taken all the objects taken at a time. हमने सारे ही objects को, objects can be letters also, can be anything, right? Here the objects are letters. So here we have used all the letters, then the number of permutations are 24. But if I say you frame a 3-letter word, right? Frame a 3-letter word by using this all the letters of rose. If the 3-letter word, if I say that, and the repetition here again I am saying it's not allowed, then the first place can be filled in the 4 ways, second place can be filled in the 3 ways, and the third place can be filled in the 2 ways. Again there are 24 permutations. Here 3 letters taken at a time. Here what we have done, 3 letters taken at a time. And here all letters taken at a time. Right? Again, if I say frame 2-letter words, in 2-letter words, then the first place can be filled in 4 ways. Second place can be filled in 3 ways. Then how many permutations we have? 12. Here what we have done? We have taken 2 letters taken at a time. Right? If we take 1 letter, then only the 4 permutations are there. So if you see this, the first case where we have taken all the letters at a time. Now you see the definition. Permutation is an arrangement. This is the arrangement only. In the definite order of a number of objects. We are taking the number of objects taken some or all at a time. If we take all at a time, or we can take some at a time. But I am saying if we have taken here all at a time, then this is the pure permutation, right? But because if you are taking all at a time, it means we are arranging the 4 letters in different ways. But here if we take 3 at a time, or if we are taking 3 at a time, it means out of 4 letters we are first selecting the 3, right? It means if we are taking 3-letter word or 2-letter word or 1-letter word, this is the permutation followed by a combination. Because first we are selecting also here. So this is the pure permutation when we are choosing all at a time. But when we are taking some at a time, then we can say that this is permutation followed by combination. So I hope the meaning of the definition is clear to you. This permutation is what? This is an arrangement in the definite order of a number of objects, taking some at a time or all at a time. Now we'll discuss some results. On the basis of that result, we'll solve the problems of permutation, right? Now we'll discuss some result on that. So first of all, we'll write down the result, that is a theorem. The theorem is that number of permutation of n different objects taken R at a time. Number of permutations of n different objects taken R at a time when repetition is not allowed. When repetition is not allowed. Right? When repetition is not allowed, that is what is permutation, that is PNR. Right? Where PNR is described as n factorial upon n minus r factorial, where r lying between 0 and n. R is greater than 0 but less than or equals to n. Right? This is the theorem. This is the result. Basically, the number of permutation of n different objects taken R at a time, when the repetition is not allowed, then directly we can use this result, that is permutation nr, or how we expand that is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. Okay, I am taking the same example rows now. Right? We have to frame 3-letter word. When repetition is, again I am saying it's not allowed, right, in 3-letter word, it means what? The first place, how we have done? The first place can be built in 4 ways, then 3 ways, then 2 ways. It means what? That is equals to 24. Right? But if we do by this result, this we have done by the fundamental principle of counting. But if we do by this result, the number of permutations we have to find out for the n objects. Here n is what? How many objects? N is 4 objects. Taking R at a time, we are framing a 3-letter word. That R is what? 3 here. Right? It's what? Permutation, that is PNR. That is what? Permutation 4, 3. Right? And how we will solve it? That is n factorial, that is 4 factorial upon 4 minus 3 factorial, that is 4 factorial upon 1 factorial. And what is 4 factorial? That is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is what? 24. You see, the answer is same. Either do by the fundamental principle of counting, or you can use this result directly. We can say that is the permutation 4, 3. I already told you that from the fundamental principle of counting, we can do most of the questions. But some questions we can't do by this also. Suppose the value of n is very large, n and r are very large. Then it's difficult to solve by the fundamental. It's quite lengthy then. We can easily solve it by this formula, that permutation Pn, that is PNR, when we are taking n objects, taking R at a time when the repetition is not allowed. Okay. So next theorem, now come to the next result. Number of permutation of n different objects taken R at a time when the repetition is allowed. Now I am saying when the repetition is allowed, then what is the result now? Repetition is allowed. Right? Earlier we have done it's not allowed, that is permutation PNR. But now I am saying the repetition is allowed, that is what? That is n raised to the power r. How we find out? When the repetition is allowed, then that is n raised to the power r. Right? So let's see. Again I am taking the same example rows so that you can easily understand with the same example with how we are differentiating. That 3-letter word we are framing, but now we are saying that the repetition is allowed. It means the first letter, this first place can be filled by the 4 ways. Second place also filled by the 4 ways. Third place also we can have 4 choices again. That is what? 64. Right? And here by this formula, if we see that if the repetition is allowed, then how we find the number of permutation in this case, again the 3-letter word we are framing, then the number of permutation here n is again what? That is 4 and r is what? 3. The number of permutations are what? Number of permutation by this theorem, by this result, that is 4 raised to the power 3. That is 64 only. Right? So, in questions it will more clear to you how we'll use this result, right? The introduction part is not very vast in this chapter. Actually, whenever you do the questions, the concepts will more clear to you. So, I hope this is also clear, the second theorem, right? Now the next thing what we do here, we have done, first of all the main important thing, we have done these theorem for both the cases when the permutation, when objects are different. We have done this theorem of permutations when objects are different. जब हमारे objects हैं, objects are different. We have done this theorem for this. See the n different object. When we have different objects, then we can use it. But when all the objects are not different, then what we do now? So when you do the exercise, we do the examples of a group, then it will more clear to you then how we'll use this result. So now I am saying the permutation when the objects are not different. Right? Objects are not different. Okay. So we have to find out the permutation. Suppose I am taking the example where the objects are not different. Suppose I am taking the word mood. Now you see here in this word mood there are total 4 objects where the 2 objects are same. If we have to frame the 4-letter word, right, then the problem is that if we say that the repetition is allowed, if I say repetition is allowed, then this O can be come 4 times, M can be 4 times. If I say that the repetition is not allowed, then if repetition is not allowed, and how we use this OO, how we frame the 4-letter words. So now we have a problem that what we do, repetition allowed, not possible, repetition not allowed, it's not how, and by the fundamental principle of counting, it's quite difficult to solve it. So how we solve it? Right. First of all, you see that these 4 letters, we know that if we take all at a time, this can be arranged in permutation 4-4, that is the 4 factorial ways. This we know that. But this OO, suppose I am saying that this OO, these are not different of, these are not different objects, right? We have to do that the permutation when all the objects are not different. यहाँ पर two objects हमारे same हैं. Okay. So let's make it the different objects. I am taking suppose O1 and O2. Suppose, just for a minute, consider this O1 and O2. If I say that here it is O1, suppose M, O2, D. Right? One word I am framing with this. We are saying the 4 latent words. And in the next arrangement, I say that here it is O2, here it is M, here it is O1, here it is D. Okay. Now see, these are, we have just assumed that these are different O1 and O2. Right? But actually these are same. Actually what? These are same. Now you see, both are same arrangement. What we have done? If we have fixed M and D on the second and fourth place, we have same arrangement. हमने doubling count किए. If I fix M and D at the first and second place, then again you can see this if O1 and O2, then you can see we have again same. So what we do? We know that these two places can be arranged in 2 factorial ways. These two places can be arranged in 2 factorial ways. So in this type of questions where the objects are not different, suppose here I have taken the example of mode where you see that the letter O is coming twice, and I told you that how the arrangements can be double in this case. So what we do, here this letter O is repeating 2 times, and we know that these 2 places can be rearranged as 2 factorial ways. So what we do that, we'll just divide it to balance that, to balance the doubling, we divide it with the 2 factorial ways. That the total is what? 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Okay. So let's take one more example. Mathematics. In this mathematics, if you see that all the objects are not different. Here M is coming 2 times. Here A is coming 2 times. Here T is coming 2 times. Right? But the total letters are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? So, this all can be arranged if we use all. That is the 11 factorial ways. But how many letters are repeated here? Like M is repeating 2 times, then M can be arranged as 2 factorial ways. So we divide it by 2 factorial. Again, A also repeating 2 times, then we'll again repeat divided by 2 factorial to balance this permutation, right? Because A also can take place 2 factorial ways. Now T is also repeating 2 times, then T also, that is also divided by 2 factorial. So like this, when all the objects are not different, this kind of questions will do it. I told you by the example. Now what is the theorem behind this? We'll write it that. I hope the examples are clear to you, that why we are dividing this just to balance that permutation, because here the doubling is there. So the number of permutation of n objects, P1 objects are same kind, P2 objects are of same kind, some P3 objects are of same kind, and so on, some Pn objects are of same kind, then the number of objects of this kind of question, that how we'll do that? What is the theorem? The number, write down. The number of permutations of n objects, right? The total objects are what? N objects. P1 objects are of same kind. Let P1 objects are of same kind. Similarly, objects are of same kind, right? Pn objects are of same kind. So on, we can say that the Pn objects are of same kind. Right? I told you the number of permutations of n objects. How we'll write the number of permutation? That is what? The total, that is n factorial, divided by p1 factorial, p2 factorial, and up to how many objects are repeating that of same kind, right? So we'll divide it by that. So I hope this is clear. There are two cases we have done, that the number of permutations when the objects are different and then the number of permutations when the objects are not different. We have done some results, some theorems. By using that theorems, now we'll continue our exercise 7.3. Come to question number 1, that how many 3-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits 1 to 9, right? By using the digits 1 to 9 when no digit is repeated, when the repetition is not allowed here, right? How many 3-digit numbers can be formed? Right? What we have to do, we have to frame 3-digit number. Okay, the unit place, tens place, hundred place. We have to frame 3-digit number out of these digits, 9 digits, 1 to 9. Okay, so this can be done what? This can be done in what? We can fill this 3 places out of the 9 digits. This can be done in permutation 9 3 ways. In P9, because the 9 numbers are there, out of this total 9 numbers, we are using 3 at a time. So permutation 9 3 ways. So therefore you can say that the required number of 3-digit numbers, the required 3-digit numbers are, that is permutation 9 3. Just you have to solve it. What? That is 9 factorial upon 9 minus 3, 6 factorial. That is 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial upon 6 factorial. This is cancelled. 9 is just 72 and 72 into 7, that is 504. So 3-digit numbers are what? How many 3-digit numbers are there? That is 504. Okay. Now come to the next question. Let's discuss the next question, question number 3. Again I am doing odd parts for you. How many 3-digit even numbers can be made? Now we have to frame the even numbers, right? 3-digit even numbers. Out of the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. These 6 digits, these 6 numbers are there, and we have to frame the 3-digit even numbers when no digit is repeated. Now, again I will say that for 3-digit even number, if you see that we have to frame the 3-digit number, but we want that the number will be even only. So, this 3-digit even number, we are restricted for the unit place, because we have to frame the even number. So it means the unit place can be occupied by one of either 2, 4 or 6. Right? Here this unit place can be either 2, 4 or 6. Right? If once we fill one digit, one number out of 2, 4, 6 in the unit place, then we are left with the 5 numbers only out of these 6 numbers, because already we have taken one number here in the unit place. So the remaining 5 digits can be arranged. Remaining 5 digits. Now we have 5 digits, and how many places are left? 2 places are left. So remaining 5 digits can be arranged in permutation 5 2 ways. Right? So you write down by for the 3-digit even number, right? for the 3-digit even numbers, the unit place can be filled. The unit place can be filled either 2, 4, 6. Right? The unit place can be filled by 3 ways. By 3 ways. We can fill it by 3 ways. Either 2, either 4, either 6. We have 3 choices for the unit place. Right? And after that, now the remaining 5 digits can be arranged in the remaining 2 places. Right? Now the remaining 5 digits can be arranged in remaining 2 places. By how many ways? By permutation 5 2 ways. Right? Here the unit place can be filled by the 3 ways and the remaining 2 places can be filled by the permutation 5 2 ways. Then by principle of multiplication rule, we can say that the required number of 3-digit even number, the required 3-digit even numbers are what? 3 multiply permutation 5 2. So by principle of multiplication, we have 3-digit even number. The required 3-digit even number are what? That 3 into permutation 5 2. That is 3 into 5 factorial upon 5 minus 2, 3 factorial. That is 3 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial upon 3 factorial. That is what? 60. So the required 3-digit even numbers are, how many numbers are there? 60 numbers are there. I hope it's clear. Okay. Now come to next question number 5. Now what is question number 5? From a committee of 8 persons, right? There are total persons in the committee. That is what? 8 persons. From a committee of 8 persons, in how many ways we can choose a chairman and a vice chairman, assuming one person cannot hold more than one post? Out of 8 persons, we have to choose a chairman and we have to choose a vice chairman. It means we have to fill 2 posts. One is of chairman and one is of vice chairman. And one person can hold one post only. So it means the chairman, when we select the chairman, so out of 8 persons, our chairman can be chosen in 8 ways. Chairman can be chosen in 8 ways. After that, we are left with the 7 person. And out of that, for the vice chairman post, we have 7 options now. That we can say that 7 into 8. By the principle of this fundamental principle of counting also, you can say that it's 7 into 8, 56 ways. Or we can do by other way also. We can arrange 8 persons in 2 places. What we are doing? We can arrange 8 persons in 2 places. Right? In how many ways? In permutation, total 8 persons, and we are taking 2 places for that. In permutation, 8 2 ways. That is equals to what? That is what? 8 factorial upon 6 factorial. That you can solve it. So that is 56. So how many from a person of 8 person committee? How many ways? By 56 ways we can choose 2 persons, right, for the different posts out of 8 persons. So this is simple one. This is not difficult. We can do it by the fundamental principle of counting. Because nothing is mentioned in the question, you can do it by any way. Okay. Now come to the next question. Find R. Right, question number 7 I am doing. If it is given that permutation 5R, that is equals to 2 into permutation 6R minus 1. This result is the given and we have to solve it and we have to find out R from here. Right. So how we solve it? We just solve it. That is 5 factorial upon 5 minus R factorial. This is equals to 2 into 6 factorial upon 6 minus R plus 1 factorial. Right. Because minus is there, to 6 minus R plus 1 factorial. So that you can say that 5 factorial upon 5 minus R factorial, that is 2 into 6 into 5 factorial, 7 minus R factorial. Right? So the 5 factorial we can cancel it. Right? 5 factorial we can cancel it. We have 1 upon 5 minus R factorial, that is 12 upon 7 minus R factorial. We can write it as 7 minus R, 6 minus R, 5 minus R factorial. This again we can cancel it. Okay, so what we have 1 equals to 12 upon 7 minus R into 6 minus R. So you solve it. That is 42 minus 7R minus 6R plus R square. Right? So what you have? Now you cross multiply it. You will have, that is R square minus 13R plus 42 equals to 12. This implies R square minus 13R plus 30 equals to 0. Now you see you have quadratic in R. You can solve it and you can find out the value of R. Okay, when you solve this quadratic, then you see you have to choose two numbers. If you can take that minus 3 and minus 10. If you take that R square minus 3R minus 10R plus 30 equals to 0, then you have what? You have two values of R. Right? This implies is R minus 3, R minus 10 equals to 0. This implies R equals to 3 or 10. Right? R equals to 3 or 10. If you take R equals to 10, then permutation 5R. Is it possible that permutation 510? Because this, we know that here R should be less than or equals to n only. So this is not possible because here value of R is greater than n. Again you take 6R minus 1, then again it's coming permutation 6R minus 1, that is 9. Again it's coming the value of R is greater than n. So it means R equals to 10, it's not possible. Right? So this implies R can't be 10. So therefore R equals to 3. Right? We have to choose it. So R equals to 3. So like this you have to solve this kind of questions. Okay. Now come to question number 9. How many words with or without meaning can be made from the letters of the word Monday? From the letters of the word Monday. Right? How many words we have to frame it with or without meaning? If they are saying that, assuming that the no letter is repeated, the repetition is not allowed here. If all the four letters used at a time. The first part is there, 4 letters used at a time. Okay. If 4 letters used at a time, and you see in Monday how many letters are there? There are 6 different letters. Okay. And we are using 4 letters out of 6 at a time. So it means what? The required number of words are, we are using 4 letters, the required number of words are, permutation, this 6, we are using 4 out of that. That is permutation 6 4 ways, right? So that is, you can solve it. 6 factorial, that is upon 2 factorial, that is 6 minus 4, that is 2 factorial. And then you solve it 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 factorial upon 2 factorial, right? So how much it is? 6 into 5, 30. 30 into 4, 120, and 120 into 3, that is 360. Okay. Now the second part, they are saying that in the first part we have taken 4 letters at a time. The second part, they are saying all the letters are used at a time. All the letters are used at a time. Now we are using all letters, right? If we are using all letters at a time, then now the required number of words are permutation 6 are there, and we are using all the 6 letters, right? It means that is permutation 6 6, that is 6 factorial only, right? That is 6 factorial only. Now you can solve it. 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? That is 360 is there, and into 2 we can do it, that is 720 ways. Okay? So I hope it is simple, this is clear to you. But one more part is there in question now. There is a third part of this question, that they are saying that all the letters are used. We are using all the letters, but there is a condition that the first letter is vowel only, right? We are placing the 6 places, right? We are filling this 6 places, but they are saying the first letter is a vowel only. Now in this Monday, if you see that there are 2 vowels, O and A. And these 2 vowels can be placed in 2 ways, because in first letter we want vowel only. Okay, so the first place can be filled by any of these 2 vowels in 2 ways. So the first place can be filled in 2 ways. That is 2 factorial ways. Okay. Now the remaining 5 letters are there. The remaining 5 letters can be arranged from the second place to the 6th place. The remaining 5 letters can be arranged in remaining 5 letters can be arranged in 5 places, in the remaining 5 places, in permutation 5 ways. It means now the principle of multiplication, the required number of words are, therefore, the required number of words are, that is what? 2 into permutation 5. That is 2 into 5 factorial, right? That is 2 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Right? That 20 into 360, 60 into 2, 120, and we multiply it by 2 also, that is 240 ways. I hope it's clear that they are saying the first place is a vowel only. And you check how many vowels are there. There are 2 vowels, it means the first place can be filled in the 2 ways. And the remaining 5 places obviously by the remaining 5 letters. That is the permutation 5 ways. So by the principle of multiplication, the required number of words are 2 into permutation 5 ways. Okay. Now come to question number 11. In how many ways can the letters of the word permutations, right? Which word is there? Permutation word. Be arranged if number 1, the first part is there, words start with P and end with S. letters are there in permutation. If you see in this word permutation, there are 12 letters, right? There are 12 different letters, and out of which, if you see that, T is repeating, right? Out of this, T is repeating. Not all the objects are different here. So here there are 12 letters, and the requirement of the question is that words start from P and the word end with S. Okay. If out of 12 places are there, if you see that, okay, 12 are there, start with P and end with S. This is fixed. It means remaining 10 places can be filled by the remaining 10 letters. Okay. It means the remaining 10 vacant places can be done by the remaining 10 letters. Out of which T is repeating here. So how it's possible? This can be done by, it's clear? The word which we are making, that's starting with P, and you have to write like this. For the word starting with P and end with S, right, we have to arrange now the remaining 10 letters in the 10 vacant places. In the 10 vacant places, and this can be done. This can be done in how many ways? The total 10 factorial and 10 distinct are there, but total 10 are there, but T is repeating in that. T is repeating how many times? 2 times. So we'll divide it by 2 factorial. So now you have to solve it, and then you will get your answer. Okay. Now the second part. Now in the second part, what they are saying vowels all come together. All the vowels come together. Okay. Let's see how many vowels are there. That is E, U, A, I, O. You see that in this combination E, U, A, I, O, there are 5 distinct vowels. If out of 12, 5 are vowels, it means 7 are consonants. And out of 7, again T is repeating 2 times. And the requirement is that vowels come together. Vowels हमारे सारे एक साथ होने चाहिए. Okay. If the vowels come together, it means all vowels take place. Consider this all vowels at one object. Okay. Then how many are there? Right? How many places are there? Out of that is P, R, M, P, R, M, T, T, N, S. Right? This is what? This is the 8-letter word now. Okay? The single object, because vowels we are taking as a single object. This single object together with this 7 consonants becomes the 8 objects where T is repeating 2 times. So these 8 objects can be arranged. These 8 objects, right? These 8 objects can be arranged in 8 factorial upon 2 factorial ways. Because T is repeating 2 times, so what we have done, we have multiplied with 2, we have divided by 2 factorial. And these 5 vowels can be arranged by 5 ways. This is a single object, but this itself arranged by 5 ways. Right? So these 5 vowels can be arranged by 5 ways. Okay. So it means what? These 5 vowels can be arranged by 5 ways, and this 8 objects can be arranged by 8 factorial upon 2 factorial ways. It means what? By the principle of multiplication, right? This principle of multiplication there is 5 factorial ways, right? principle of multiplication, the required number of words are what? That is 8 factorial upon 2 factorial into 5 factorial. Right? These 5 can be arranged in permutation 5 ways. That is 5 factorial only. You can write it as permutation 5 ways also. That is 5 factorial only. And remaining, and these 8 objects can be arranged in this way. So the required number of words are 8 factorial upon 2 factorial into 5 factorial. Okay. There is one more part in this question. What they are saying here, there are always 4 letters between P and S. Since, now what they are saying, always 4 letters between P and S. If there are always 4 letters between P and S, it means if P is here in the first position, then S can be where what? 4 letters are there in the 6th position. Right? 4 letters can be here. If P take place in the 2nd place, then S will be at the 7th place. If P is there at the 3rd place, then S will be at the 8th place. If P is there at the 4th place, then S will be at the 9th place. It means what? P and S can occupy first and 6th place, either first and 6th place, 2nd and 7th places. Are you getting me? We need 4 letters in between, right? Either 3rd and 8th place, either 4th and 9th place, either 5th and 10th place, either 6th and 11th place, and either 7th and 12th place. Right? So P and S always have 4 letters in between. It means P and S can occupy 2 places out of that 12 places. 2 places इन्होंने occupy कर लिया out of the 12 places. Right? That in how many ways? In 7 different ways. And also P and S can interchange. It's not saying that P will become first and S will become second. They are saying just between P and S we need 4 letters. So P and S itself also can change in 2 ways. Right? So write down. Thus P and S occupy 2 places out of 12 in 7 different ways. P and S occupy 2 places out of how many places? Out of 12 in 7 different ways. In 7 different ways. And how these 7 different ways I already told you. Also P and S can interchange places in 2 ways. Also P and S can interchange their places in 2 ways. Either S will come first and P will come the next one. Okay. And remaining 10 letters. The remaining 10 letters also we have to arrange. Now, the condition is this that P and S, between P and S 4 letters. So it means out of the remaining letters that will come the other places. So the remaining 10 places can be filled with the remaining 10 letters. So remaining, because P and S out 2 letters we have taken. Na? So remaining 10 places can be filled with the remaining 10 letters. Can be filled with the remaining 10 letters in how many ways? Remaining 10 letters in 10 are there total. Out of that P is repeating, that is 2 factorial. 10 factorial upon 2 factorial. therefore, the required number of words are what? That is what? 7 different ways. By principle of multiplication, you can say that is what? 7 into 2 into 10 factorial upon 2 factorial. Now you have to solve it and you will get your answer. So I hope this is clear. So by this your exercise 7.3 is over here. So now you are requested to do rest of the questions, and in the next lecture we'll discuss about the next exercise that is based on combinations. Thank you.